Yeah, so obviously tough loss for you guys. I mean, you guys, I think you led it double digits at one point. You go into the fourth quarter with the lead. What kind of happened there late in the game that let it slip away?
We just offensively in the second half never really got into a great rhythm, and a part of that is us, and part of that is Michigan Tech's solid defense. So obviously we got to give credit to Tech and their defensive performance, and we've also got to check ourselves and know that we can execute our stuff, and just didn't think that we stuck to the game plan down the stretch. They hit some threes on us, and I think it made us a little tight. So I'm disappointed. I think it was a game that could have went either way.
Right, and foul trouble obviously hampered you guys late. How big was it just to kind of lose Sam and Shea for a little bit of time there in the late stages?
Well, I think it was, really big. You all of a sudden you put somebody in who really hasn't seen a lot of minutes or seen minutes yet in the game, and now they have to come in the fourth quarter, and that's really hard to do. So I give those young ladies some credit, because it's hard to come in at that point, having sat for a while. But Sam has really had a good game for us. I think all around she was she's trying to do whatever she can to help her team, and we definitely had some bright points and some things that we need to continue to do, and obviously some things that we need to get better at. So but kudos to Tech. They're really a great shooting team, and we knew that coming in. They shot the ball well.
And that's a pretty scrappy Michigan Tech team. They really get after you on defense, but they're just constantly cutting and screening on offense. I mean, what kind of gave you guys trouble there that maybe aided in the loss?
I think the thing that probably got to us was their 5'11" players that are kind of more forwards. They're guard forwards, but them coming out and hitting some threes. Is not typical in their wheelhouse. Means they certainly can shoot them, but I think number 14 really, had a great game and made a difference by knocking down, 2 of 3 3-pointers. So that was definitely a difference maker. There's 6 points. And not that she can't hit them, but she just hasn't taken a ton all season. So that was a little unexpected. I thought, Kate Sherwood did a nice job on Ellie McKay, Player of the Year a year ago. And holding her to, at that point, 12, and some of those were free throws really late in the end of the game. So they had some players step up outside of their top player, and that's what good teams do.
Right, you mentioned Kate there. I mean, she's kind of the do-it-all player. She's good on defense, and then she led the team in scoring again. I think she's led the team in scoring 7 times. I mean, what makes her so important to this team?
Well, she really just doesn't get tired. She's in phenomenal shape, so certainly that's on Kate and getting herself in shape and keeping herself in shape, especially during our shutdown and then obviously the NCAA break. So she's definitely a worker. I think that's one of the things that really kind of sets herself apart is her conditioning, and she's really worked at expanding her game and being able to knock down the open three.
Right, and one more for you. Just what are you guys going to do going forward, getting ready for Saturday against Northern Michigan, another kind of scrappy team that's going to play at the end?
Well, they're definitely, every team in the GLIAC is going to be really good, and I know that Coach Manson will have his team ready to play. They're definitely going to bring in like 8 players over 6'1", I think. So it's going to be a different type of game than what we just played tonight. So we kind of have to flip the switch and switch gears a little bit, but really defend and rebound against a very big Northern Michigan.